All right, in the race for the White House, we're just one day away from the Republican National Convention in Cleveland, where Donald Trump and Indiana Governor Mike Pence are expected to accept their party's nomination. And on the other side of the aisle, the Democratic National Convention is a week from tomorrow. Hillary Clinton has yet to name a possible VP. So why are these conventions so important for both sides? Joining us now to break it all down is Aaron Call, debate director at the University of Michigan. Welcome this morning.
Thanks for having me.
Okay, so the big question this morning, Trump's VP, how is that going to affect this campaign?
Yeah. I think it can really help him with Republican voters, especially those who are on the fence, unsure about him. Picking Mike Pence, a former congressman and current governor of Indiana, I think could really assure his Republican base and conservatives especially that he's the pick for them.
And now, what do candidates have to do to clinch Michigan votes?
The issues that are important will be the same this year. You have free trade, the auto industry, the Flint water crisis, the environment, things like that. And so the issues that have been historically very important, I think, again, like you saw in the primary season, will repeat itself in Michigan.
Now, candidates typically receive a bump in the polls after a convention. Do you see the same thing happening here?
I do. Typically, maybe a 3 to 5 point bump you could see. And right now, Trump's doing very well in the polls recently. And an advantage of going first is that he could increase that lead even a little bit more. And so try to take advantage of this first convention next week.
Low approval ratings, though, poll ratings. How is that playing? I mean, it's pretty low for both of them, right?
Both of them have very low approval ratings, but somebody has to win. While there are third-party candidates, they're not a substantial risk of winning, and so people are going to have to make a tough decision because one of them is going to be the next president.
Now, is there an advantage of having the first convention?
Just to try to make your mark, try to take advantage of the pick of the vice president, rolling that out right before it starts. And because you go first, you try to clinch the media cycle and really have positive momentum from the polls that he's had recently.
Now, you do head U of M's debate program there. Can you talk to us about this first debate coming up in September?
It's going to be a huge debate in the University of Dayton, just a few months away. And the last debate in the last cycle, Mitt Romney did very well against President Obama. Donald Trump was proved to be a very formal debater, and the ratings are going to be maybe up to 60, 70 million people watching it, and it could really affect those late deciding voters.
Wow, I got to ask you, Hillary Clinton, Donald Trump, who do you think is going to take it in Michigan?
I think Clinton will win, but it'll be close. She didn't win the primary here. The polls have tightened a little bit, but I think in the end she'll pull it out.
And presidency-wise, if it comes down to the two of them, or when it comes down to the two of them, who do you think will take it then?
The same thing, but very close. This is kind of an historic race, and wouldn't be an unexpected surprise ending.
All right, thank you so much for joining us this morning. We appreciate it. And we will be, of course, bringing you complete coverage of the Republican National Convention, which kicks off tomorrow in Cleveland. Our very own Jim Kurtzner will be there. Look for his reports live right here on Channel 7 and WXYZ.com.